Hello, Mahomet Area Chamber of Commerce. This is Darwin Boston, and I'm with Walter this week. Remember a couple weeks ago I introduced you to Walter and Melissa, and we're excited. We got a ton to cover. It seems like 5 minutes is my biggest challenge to keep this to respecting your time, but we've got a lot to cover. So first, before we get to talking about Bill, I know that he's working on the beer festival that's coming to town this weekend. This is the first ever that JT Walker's is hosting some other distilleries and brew in the area. So that's from 2 to 5 on Saturday. So before prom or before the was it Garth Brooks? Is he coming?
Yes.
So come on out and enjoy it. But the chamber is volunteered to provide volunteers. So Walter needs, if you are able to set up work during the event or after, could you please do me a favor? Could you email Walter at mahometchamberofcommerce.com, right?
That's correct.
Just needs your name and a couple minutes of your time. Would really appreciate it. We want to show the support to our local businesses. We also, Ladies Night Out, May 18th is coming up, and we are having a lot of fun setting that up. Melissa and Walter have both been involved. We need some more sponsors. There's only 8 spots left for that. It's $100 to be a sponsor. Right now, we're anticipating around 140 women out on the town that night. So
Perfect audience.
we have great audience, good opportunity. If you don't want to do the sponsorship, you can do a gift basket. They're going to do drawings, or you can do door prizes, but $100 to be a sponsor. If you want to be a sponsor, send Melissa an email, melissa@mahometchamberofcommerce.com. She'll be glad to take your money, as always. The best part, this is something so exciting. These two have been very busy. One of the things we asked them to do when we brought them on board is to sign up businesses that have never been part of the chamber, or re-sign some that may have dropped off. You've been on the, 2 weeks you've been on the director position now?
No, 2 weeks, yes.
2 weeks. They're at a pretty strong pace right now. So we want to welcome, thanks to their efforts, Hickory Point Bank has become a member of the chamber. Welcome to the chamber. Greenview has joined. Lucky Moon Pies, can't wait for that to open.
Yeah.
That's
I'll be down there
part
often.
of my diet. So Emily Croner, welcome to the chamber. The Original Pancake House of Champaign. How do we get that one?
I think Melissa knew somebody there.
Maybe,
I think. I'm not
might
sure how
have
that worked out.
might have a connection, but again, a food place. So welcome, Original Pancake House. Premier Print Shop has joined. Bill Pythman, friend downtown, has just relocated his office about a year ago or so. Beautiful office downtown. Bill Pythman Law Office downtown Mahomet. And Culligan Water was the latest one, right?
That was yesterday.
So, and you've got so many other people you just don't have the time to go out and see, but that's what you've been working on.
That's right. Hard to get done in 5 hours a day.
Yeah, well, and then you have people like me stopping in and interrupting your day.
That's okay.
So Walter, one of the reasons that we wanted to set aside, so that's a lot going on. We have more things coming, but I want to take a couple minutes here. Just tell us a little bit about who you are and what brought you to this position. And we didn't prep this at all because I do everything kind of ad hoc. So I just wanted to just tell the people what we can to get to know you better.
I was fortunate enough to be born and raised in Mahomet. So and then first 22 years of my life, born, grew up, raised, went to high school here, graduated, and moved away to not far, but went to Sydney for a while, and then divorced, moved to Urbana, and actually met somebody at our church who found out lived in Mahomet, and we ended up dating a little bit and got remarried, and again, very fortunate to move back to this beautiful town.
Okay, so you have a wife named Heather, right?
That's right, correct.
And kids that they go to school here?
I have a stepdaughter that's a junior in high school.
Okay, good. So why did you sign up to, I mean, when we put this position out there, you were one of the first people that responded with interest. What attracted you to being the director here?
As I said in the email, growing up in this town, I remember the thriving downtown businesses, the Yards Hardware, the Gent Drugstore, the Howagers Cafe, and all that cool little Mayberry type town. And then when I spoke to some people, including you, and heard about the growth that's going on, this was just a perfect time to be involved in the chamber and be part of that and give back to the community. Yeah. It's a great place to grow up, and it's going to be a great place to retire too.
Right. So one of the questions I get, being the chairman, is why 2 directors, and what are we going to be doing different in the chamber? So if someone asked you, we have a good chamber right now, no complaints, but there's opportunities with 2 directors. What would you say? Why do we go to 2, and what are some of those opportunities that the chamber has that maybe is new to them?
I think the two actually make perfect sense. When I met Melissa and we had some good meetings and good talks together, some of the strengths that she has are some of the weaknesses that I have. Some of the weaknesses she has are the strengths that I have, and so we just make this perfect pair of the marketing, of the selling of the chamber itself, of the benefits of the chamber. It's perfect. And so one of the things that I talked about was, instead of going into a business and the business telling us, well, the chamber hasn't done anything for me, I asked them, what do you think the chamber should do for you? What are you looking for from the chamber? And let's see if we can make that work.
Yeah.
If it's bringing 10 people a day into their business, that doesn't make sense. That's not what the chamber's for. But to support their business, and especially the small businesses, let's see what we can do.
Yeah, so that is certainly an exciting, as you know, there's a lot of development here in town, but it's also being an advocate for the businesses that we currently have in the chamber.
That's correct.
What do we started, let's see, I think we were at 132 businesses until you started, and now we're up to 139, somewhere
Right.
in that neighborhood. We have some goals for them that they want to continue to grow that number, but it's not just about the number, it's about the quality of the experience for the businesses that are part of the chamber.
Absolutely. And again, as you said, not only just signing up new members, but supporting the members that have been here forever. These businesses have been in Mahomet since the days of my youth, and doing things for them that make it worthwhile to be a chamber member.
Right. Well, I can tell you that we knew hiring 2 directors with this much energy was going to be a lot to hold, but we have been so excited for the first 2 weeks. I really want to encourage you to reach out and talk to them. They're trying to get to as many businesses as possible, but they're being pulled in a lot of different directions with limited time. But we want to thank you, the community and the chamber itself, for supporting the 2 directors. This week we got to know more about Walter. Next week we're going to get to know a little bit more about Melissa. Sorry, I told you I was going to have this video a week ago, but just getting him and I on the same calendar at the same time was very difficult. So thank you for your time. Welcome to the chamber, Walter.
Thank you.
If you all want to reach out to him, Walter at MahometChamberofCommerce.com. You have a new phone number for the chamber. It is
217-840-2700.
2700. Put that in your little devices right now after you get done watching this. But you've done one of these videos before, right?
That's right.
Do you have any idea what time it is?
It is time for business of the week.
We'll be right back. This week's Business Spotlight is Burns Clancy and Associates. Many of you know Tom Burns and Ed Clancy, as they've done a lot in the area before. Burns Clancy and Associates is a company for engineers, surveyors, and planners. Since the inception, Burns Clancy and Associates has grown steadily to where today they have approximately 20 employees. Of that, they have 8 civil engineers, 1 attorney, and an area graduate agriculture engineer. This staff, this well-rounded staff, gives them some flexibility to provide fast, efficient service while maintaining the personal involvement and the attention of their principals and all of their staff. So the size as well as the structure allows for them to have excellent communication between all of the staff, the professionals, and their principals. Concerns that people bring to them are quickly addressed and resolved by their principals, who are involved in the day-to-day decisions and the design operation. This brings the maximum amount of experience, talent, and abilities to the firm for your project. So this high level, seeing your involvement, is one of the sincerest forms of what they call quality assurance. I have to agree with that. Our continuing drive for excellence in service and design, it's a company whose attitude demands constant self-improvement and concerns for care, and helps provide exemplary services to the clients while fostering the growth and success of Burns Clancy and Associates. So a big shout out to the president, Tom Burns, and the executive vice president, Ed Clancy. Congratulations on being this week Business Spotlight, and thank you for supporting the local Mahomet Area Chamber of Commerce. This week's Business Spotlight, or next week's Business Spotlight, we're going to go ahead and pull out of our handy dandy drawing. I'm going to need a bigger bowl, because as you saw from our last segment, and I even got a note today, they just keep adding people, so that's good. And while we're growing, we're also trying to improve the experience of those 140 plus members that we currently have. So I just drew somebody. As you can tell, the randomness of this is Creature Comforts Animal Hospital. Creature Comforts Animal Hospital on East Oak Street here in Mahomet. You are next week's Business Spotlight. Until then, let us know if there's anything we can do for you, and keep your businesses thriving as we make Mahomet a better place.